Hey, what's up everybody? This is Super501 and today I wanted to show you guys another AoE mob grinding spot in Shadowlands. Now this farm is in Ardenweald and I have a screenshot to show you guys where this is located. And this is a newly found hyper spawning farm, so it has yet to be nerfed, and it does seem like it is pretty good and seems to be a bit stronger than most of the other farms found in Shadowlands so far. The only one that seemed to be stronger than this was the one in the Maldraxxus, but that one was just absolutely ridiculous, and I don't expect any other farm in this expansion to live up to how insane that one was. And as with all the other farms like this, I recommend either starting the two groups of 4 people and looking for people in the group finder, or just looking for groups already going. There will most likely be a ton of different groups to choose from, and if you're looking to optimize the group, look for as many balanced druids and hunters as you possibly can, and usually like 1 to 2 brewmaster monks. This farm you'll probably only need 1, and then just anything that does really good bursty AoE damage. And just like all the other farms like this I've done videos on so far, I will not be giving a gold per hour. AoE mob grinding spots like this that are somewhat dependent on getting epic drops just have too much variation in the amount of gold you can make in an hour. You could go get a couple epic drops in an hour, or you could go for 5 hours, 10 hours and not get any epic drops. So it's way too inconsistent to give an actual gold amounts per hour. But I'm still going to give an example of how much loot you could expect to get from doing this farm. This spot is giving a bit more raw gold than a lot of the other AoE farm spots found in Shadowlands. In an hour, I was getting around 5,500 to 6,000 raw gold, and a majority of this is actually coming from actually looting the gold off the enemies and a little bit less off selling the grays. This also doesn't factor in if you're wanting to sell greens instead of disenchanting them, and I think this raw gold amount is somewhat due to there being elites in this area that you're killing, and those seem to be dropping a bit more gold than normal enemies. Past the raw gold, you also have the green gear drops, but it does seem like across the entirety of Shadowlands, the amount of green BoE drops you're getting was massively reduced, probably mostly in part to a lot of these farms, because it seems even just going around doing world quests or just killing random enemies wherever not in one of these farm spots, it seems like stuff's dropping a lot less greens, and that is also shown here that you're not getting a ton of green drops. Probably only like 2 or 3 dozen at the high end in an hour. But one of the other really good things about this spot is the amount of cloth you're going to be getting. I wasn't there on a tailor, so you could increase these amounts by quite a bit, but not being on a tailor, I got around 1,200 shrouded cloth in an hour and around 200 silk in that hour, which is definitely on the high end of any of these AoE farm spots found in Shadowlands, and even quite a bit higher than the Maldraxxus farm. And finally, we have the epic BoE drops. Now, I'm not 100% certain because I haven't done this farm a ton yet, but for the test hour that I'm talking about here, our 2 groups of 4 only got 3 epic drops, which is definitely on the low end of most of these AoE farming spots, but that could just be chalked up to really bad luck, and there's always a possibility that you go for 10 minutes more and 3 people get an epic drop in that 10 minutes, putting it up to as good or better than most of the other farm spots. So it's going to require more testing for that, but from my limited experience at the spots so far, it seems to be a bit worse on epics than most of the other spots. But that is pretty much all I wanted to go over with this new hyper spawning farm spot. I'd recommend going and doing this before it gets nerfed. They're being nerfed pretty quickly now. I recommended going and using this before that happens. So subscribe if you want to see more WoW or other videos. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about this farm spot, and thanks for watching.
can stop them!
You cannot stop us!